local church from Mosaic, and I'm a mother of 4. I was born in Tauranga, grown up in Tauranga, and I have the blessing to raise my children here in Tauranga. I am a pastor of a local church, and it is my honour to share with you all this morning. Today, I'm sure as you are all aware, it is a public holiday. Though that may be a statement of the obvious, I remember asking that as to my teacher as to why. She told me that something so important to our nation's history as the Treaty of Waitangi deserves space in our day to remember that great act of courage and to ask the question, what does that mean for me? Today is a national holiday, not so that we can spend it on the boat or on this gorgeous beach or with our families, though those are good things, but that we would have time in our day to reflect and to honour our nation's history. It is so good to see you all here this morning, honouring the intended purpose of the national holiday, that we would remember and gain understanding from all that took place those many years ago. My husband Joel, who is not speaking right now, I am Katie. My husband Joel, he has great taste in many things, except what lets him down is his choice in radio. And we kind of have this unspoken rule in our car that whoever's driving gets to choose the radio station or the music. And for some reason, unbeknown to me, he never seems to look comfortable when I'm driving, and so he usually drives and I have to listen to talkback radio. And no offence if you love talkback radio, I find it often interesting, and there's lots of intelligent conversations and things you can learn, but it always seems to... This year marks 152 years since the beginning of a battle that would define the Bay of Plenty region for generations. And yet I suspect that Awanui was right. Many of us learned more about the Battle of Waterloo when we were at school than the Battle of Gate Pa or Pukahina. One took place right here where we live. The other was fought more than 2 centuries ago, thousands of miles away, by people who've never lived in our wonderful region. A few years ago, some teenagers from Otorohanga were on a school history trip and told it was the site of a battle during the New Zealand Wars. When the teens started asking about what went on, they were shocked to find that civilians were killed by Crown soldiers. They were horrified to hear that women and children who sought shelter in a local church were locked inside and the church was burnt to the ground. Their lives were changed forever after knowing the history of a piece of land just outside the town that they'd driven past hundreds of times in their young lives. Rhiannon McGee, Ty Jones and Leah Bell were so moved they launched a petition for us to begin commemorating the lives of all who suffered during the New Zealand land wars. And last year the government agreed with these teenagers. The teens gathered thousands of New Zealanders' signatures because they argued that all of us deserve to know the history of the place that we call home. Young New Zealanders deserve to know their region's history, the good and the bad. Trying to hide the past and making out that it was always wonderful or always terrible is neither true nor fair. Know your history.
Sure that we are a part of that protection, that we are a part of the unity and the reconciliation that will continue to flow here in Aotearoa. Thank you, Lord.
bless you.